Hey, how's it going guys? My name is JackieFish and welcome back to part 3 of my recap video from our 100-man Call to War campaign, where you guys are fighting it out alongside me in this grand World War II strategy game. So I want to go ahead and give the developers a massive thank you for sponsoring this video. It has been so much fun playing this game with you guys. It's been so much awesome RP and the world has changed so much. And yeah, at the beginning of this part, things were pretty crazy. I think we were entering into day like 14 and war had erupted around the world. Africa had declared war on the Southern Americans. We were fighting a huge war in the east. As you can see, it's Germany, myself, our Russian allies going up against Manchukuo and Kobrosknik, and also I believe Turkestan and the Philippines. So these huge alliances finally clashed, and as you can see, they struck the killing blow to Kazakhstan. Yeah, to Kazakhstan. They delved deep into his territory and just ripped him apart, but he was kind of the sacrificial lamb for us. He held the enemy at bay for as long as he could because we needed time. We were hoping for a couple days extra to rebuild and prepare ourselves for this situation, and Manchukuo and his allies really did an amazing job of taking us off guard and really kind of like killing a big portion of our forces early on in the game, or in our world war that's going on. We also are at war with the Northern Americans, the Southern Americans as well. So we're fighting basically the entire two continents over there, and yeah, it's pretty scary. It's pretty scary indeed. However, I'm pretty excited that I go ahead and get to use my fleet to its full command, because we do have a ton of very nice ships that we can push forward and finally engage them once and for all. There's been a lot of kind of like maneuvering around trying to find their fleets, and yeah, thanks to the French subs we managed to discover where their fleets were, and they were all amassing. There's like 6 people's ships here. There's most of the west coast, it's all the east coast, so Quebec, New England, southern USA. As well as that, we have northern Brazil, who has like 12 battleships. We have Colombia, I think, are here as well. So it's basically the grand British fleet that I've been solely focusing on since the beginning of the game, going up against 9 people's ships who have, not really heavily been focusing on it. And you can see, I think there's some minor engagements going on right now. I managed to kill a few of their kind of scouting ships from North Brazil. However, there's so much more. But yeah, as I said, I'm basically going to be fighting like 9 people's ships, which is kind of goddamn crazy, or fleets I should say. Luckily I get the advantage of they have to try and coordinate, and I don't think they are all like above the Spanish island. They're like kind of around this area where my ships are going now. But basically I'm going to be moving down. I have a decent fleet. I have about 12 to 15 battleships, I think, about 18 cruisers, and I think roughly around about 30 destroyers. So my fleet is scary. It can definitely do a lot of damage, especially when I split it up as well, so I don't lose any of my SBD value at all or anything along them lines. So the ships can definitely do the damage. However, if this battle is lost, Great Britain is lost. If my navy falters or I don't do enough damage, yeah, here you go, here's my fleet at this point. If I don't do enough damage to their fleets, it's over, because then they can just storm in onto the UK and bring us down, and there's not really much more we can do to stop that. So my goal isn't necessarily to win this, it's to go ahead and outdo that killing blow when the battle does happen. So we're going to try and get our ships involved and yeah, stuck in. And this naval battle will go on for a long time, so I'll be sure to bring you guys the updated version of what's happening. Probably tomorrow, because I think by the time our ships engage, it's probably going to be around about 1 PM my time, just due to the way the ships go. So I'm probably just going to engage and let the ships have their way. You can also see as well, Germany has thrust deep into the Philippines, which is great. We need to knock out at least for the Philippines on the mainland, and then we can kind of really open up a front against Turkestan, Manchukuo. I don't even know who this person is by just below Manchukuo and in between the Philippines. I can't remember who that was. But yeah, we can just dive into that because, yeah, Manchukuo and Korobrosnik are a very scary faction indeed. They can do a lot of damage. Oh yeah, we also have the AI India as well, causing us some funny issues, which is something we're going to have to deal with. But yeah, you know, we've done good. We've done good. We've definitely cemented our hold. We just need to try and beat back the Asians, because if Manchukuo and Korobrosnik and they break through Kazakhstan and they go into Volkanovsky, it's going to be a difficult fight. And obviously, you know, if we lose the naval battle, our campaign could be over for sure. Yeah, that's going to be it for this part. Once again, guys, make sure you use my link down below in the description to sign up to Call of War, and I'll be back to you guys probably tomorrow, and we'll look at the aftermath of what has happened in this episode. Okay guys, so last night it happened, the two fleets clashed, and oh my god, it was glorious. I stayed up to about 2 AM to watch the first couple salvos pop off because my fleets didn't get down here until then, and I came back this morning to see that the day had been won, but at what cost? An extremely high cost. I lost a ton of ships, but we managed to inflict insane casualties on the enemy fleets. You can see it's still even going on right now, about 8 to 9 hours later, because that's how many ships were here. I think someone counted it, and there was around about 124 ships in this position. And hopefully soon enough this other fleet will be going down very, very quickly. You can see just a couple more shots popping off. Their battleship, yeah, they're down to like 1 battleship now, a couple destroyers, and then a handful of subs, which are just being annoying in my side because all of my low kind of support ships have all been killed in this battle, so these subs are having a whale of a time. But yeah, it was insane. So it was my entire fleet that you guys saw yesterday going up against the full force of Quebec, the full force of New England, the full force of the southern USA. Brazil was there, and North Brazil had 12 battleships as well, which was ultra scary because I did not think we were going to beat that. But we managed to come out on top, killing them. And I believe also northern Argentina as well had some ships here. I'm not sure if it was just subs or whatever, but yeah, we were basically fighting like 6 people. But we managed to get a really good engagement. I think it was kind of like a now or never play for me and my faction, because if I didn't fight them then I believe the entire West Coast has their navy on the way to this position. So if I didn't turn up, if I didn't hit them right then I think things could have been really bad if I let them form up. And yeah, it was definitely a massive gamble, but a gamble that I think will protect British soil and keep us safe. As you can see, I've lost so many ships. If we take a look at all of my ships, right now, I have 4 battleships, 4 cruisers, and 4 destroyers left out of my, you know, like 30 destroyers, 20 cruisers, and I think 14 battleships. So yeah, I took heavy casualties. And if you guys want to actually see the full casualty list, what we can do is we can just do this as well and take a look at it. So you can see that all of my ships being taken down. I've lost destroyer, battleship, destroyer, battleship. Yeah, I've lost about 10 battleships, about 20 to 25 destroyers, and like I don't know, like 16 cruisers. It was insane. But you can also see the enemy casualties here as well. Quebec taking heavy casualties to all of their men. New England losing basically all of their battleships. The submarines being taken down, and a bunch of other things from Colombia. North Argentina lost some ships. North Brazil, look at all them battleships I sunk from North Brazil. That was really, really lucky for me. Oh, also seems as well like I sunk some of the Northwest USA as well. They had a destroyer there as well, which I guess I'll take. And you can see more of my ships being taken down as well. So just absolutely insane fighting right there. It was a really, really fun naval battle for sure. Trying to take on that many people, but also it was like the build up to the naval battle, which was so fun. Like there was no way I would have known to go in for this if it wasn't for the French subs and the Swedish subs, which were telling me their location, tracking them, because submarines in this game stay hidden unless they're engaged. So we were trying our best to track their fleets. We lost plenty of subs trying to do that, but we were tracking their fleets in, and I honestly did not think they had as much as they did when I went in. I was expecting maybe about 3/4 of what they had in this fight. So again, you know, that entire build-up of the intel, the subs, the engagement, the hours of moving down, the late-night engagements to what happened to this was really, really, really fun, and I enjoyed myself. And I think what's gonna happen is I'm actually gonna probably end up losing another battleship if I'm not careful, because yeah, in 1 minute's time, this ship is going to fire and probably take down another one of my battleships, but not really much I can do about that. I just have to hope that my destroyers can clear up the remaining subs. So they have 2 more subs left remaining here. If I can kill that, then these, and kill obviously the Quebec battleship next time. Next volley will kill the Quebec battleship, and then hopefully I can send my fleet home. I do also have more battleships building. I have another one who was defending the north coming down to reinforce, and I also have 2 more battleships on the way. So in about 17 hours, I'll have that up and running. The dockyards are going, but my resources aren't great, but hopefully my allies can provide me with oil, and then I can keep the dockyards going around the world. Over in the east as well, Germany has broken the Philippines, pushed them down, and now he's making his way into the communist Chinese, the nationalist Chinese, sorry, breaking them as well, cutting off their resource production, cutting off their production centers, and moving on. We have still suffered some issues. The North Indians are putting up an amazing fight, and the AI is also doing a pretty good job there. Manchukuo and their allies to the north as well, Khabarovsk, is doing a pretty good job as well at holding us in the north, but you know, that was kind of our main plan, right, was to stem the bleeding in the north and try and make a huge push in the south, and it seemed like it's worked, you know. Knocking out the Philippines from being able to quickly adjust to it will allow us to drive into the side, draw more men away from the front from Manchukuo down to here, and then we can obviously seize the advantage, which is really good. So overall, a very good night of combat. We managed to sink like 5 people's fleets at the cost of my own. But I think that was worth it, and I should hopefully make it so when the Africans do invade Southern America again, I'm hoping that they'll be able to break them and, you know, finally move in. I still have no plans on invading the US. I don't think it will be possible because of the amount of landmen they have, and obviously we have our entire armies over on this coast of the things, but maybe if we can clean up the Asian front and then we can invade from the west coast or something. I don't know quite what we'll plan on doing you know, anytime soon, but yeah, it's been pretty insane, a very, very difficult fight, and big shout out to all the players as well who are playing in this. It's been really fun. Hopefully everyone is enjoying themselves, because yeah, it's been kind of stressful at times, not gonna lie, but it's been completely worth it, and hopefully you guys are enjoying this, and hopefully as well the Call to War guys are enjoying this sponsorship as well from us, because yeah, it'd be great to be able to do more of these in the future because they've been so fun. But yeah, I will bring it back to you guys probably in the next couple of days, show you guys the casualty reports of what's left of my fleet, me rebuilding my fleet, and hopefully I can get away without losing another battleship, because yeah, I mean, I've gone from 14 to 4, so that's not good. We're going to have to definitely do some rebuilding ASAP. Okay, guys, so we are now on day 25, a little ways on from where we last went ahead and did a recap. However, there wasn't too much going on. There was a few major naval engagements, but nothing as big as the one that started this episode. We managed to sink a force from the west coast of America. They had a British Columbian and a Californian fleet down in the south here. We managed to pick them off. We are also now heading over here where the East Coast Americans are, I guess, preparing for a big assault into Greenland and Iceland, so we cannot let them, you know, dive right through there. So my ships are moving in. We have a small German fleet that has recently been built and coming over, and we also have a mighty Swedish fleet which has been helping us out. So it's going to hopefully be a pretty big naval engagement. We also do have the Southern Americans over in the North Atlantic as well, with the British Columbian fleet, which looks pretty scary, and also we actually haven't seen too many of the Brazilians. The Brazilians and the Southern Argentinians have basically just been harassing us with submarines. I must have sunk in about 60 submarines the past 4 or 5 days. It's been kind of crazy. But yeah, that's basically what we're still fighting for the Atlantic. It's slow going. I don't know whose side is really winning, because we are definitely getting the upper hand in every battle, but there's just so many more people we're fighting, you know. We've got the Southern USA, who I've sunken countless ships, but you know, he just keeps on coming. We've got New England, we've got Quebec, we've got obviously the 3 West Coast Americans, and then we also have the South Americans, Brazil, who, as I said, haven't really seen their main battle fleet quite yet. Southern Argentina with all of their submarines, I'm pretty sure, actually maybe not, maybe it's just the 2 Argentinians who have been sending submarines at me. They've managed to get a lot of submarines through and sunken a few lone battleships and other stuff like that, so really good play by them. But yeah, it's been so much fun fighting in this naval engagement. The rest of the world has been, you know, pretty exciting. As you can see, we won the war in the west. In the east. I guess it's, yeah, east from me, but I don't really know what's closer, but yeah, we managed to win the War in the East, which I think you guys saw in the previous update video, and since then, Khabarovsk has joined us. We're still not really 100% sure whether or not he's going to be loyal, because I don't know, there's some things which we kind of feel like he's working with the Americans, but again, we have faith in him. Hopefully he won't, because with him on our side, we are basically undefeatable. It's all we have to do is try and get a force into the American lands, and we basically win the game, I think, just due to how strong our alliance is. And we've got very, very good friendship as well with the Africans as well. The African nations are supporting us and we're supporting them. I mean, the amount of ships I've drawn north that's helping them with their current invasion force. As you can see, they've got a small force coming down here into the Falklands and then into southern Argentina as well. So, yeah, hopefully that'll do pretty well for them, and they can make headway into Southern America, because you know, they've been planning this for so long, trying, constantly pushing, so I'm really hoping that they can make their way into that. Yeah, you can also see, I think we already saw that Colombian fleet as well. Yeah, we did, moving over, which is again a bit scary, but hopefully if we have the engagement up here, they won't arrive until the battle's already over, because we've seen the New England fleet. I think it was just past, so it's like here, probably going to here. So we should be able to engage that probably by the afternoon. So yeah, that's going to be it for this series. This is the end of the sponsorship. I mean, if Call to War or Call of War do want to go and sponsor more videos from this, I'm more than happy to continue this on. But for now, this is where we are going to leave it. It's been so much fun. 25 days of pure just engagement, fighting, lots of RP. The RP is still raging on as well. This is all kind of the information, but there's still plenty of you know, RP. Spain's doing a great job of having, like, you know, really awesome stuff. So these are all like the casualties and stuff, because most people post their RP like in the afternoon, and then this kind of all takes it all up. But yeah, it's been some really, really awesome stuff going on, and we're still pretty far out from winning. We're only at 1900 points, but we are very much ahead of everyone else. But again, a lot of people aren't in coalition, so they can share maps with one another, so it would be a lot closer. But we're still about a third of the way to victory, which we need extra, so we still need to kind of take over an entire another continent to claim victory, and a lot can happen. But yeah, it's been so much fun. 100 of you guys started out. I think there's only around about 20 of us left in the game, which is pretty crazy. So yeah, once again, I want to give a massive thank you to Call of War. This has been a really fun sponsorship, and hopefully we can either do more on this game itself or do a brand new one in the future. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Make sure you do check out the game down below in the description, so you'll be ready for the next time that we do go ahead and do one of these 100-person online games. And I'll see you guys in the next one.